Don't forget to keep checking out the links down in the description to do anything you can to help out any of those vulnerable communities that desperately need our help in any way that we can provide. Hello Friendsies, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I was supposed to have butterfly clips in, but I just launched them off my desk and I don't feel well, so I'm not about to go looking for them. Second of all, I'm going to be wearing these glasses the entire video because this is an episode of Animal Crossing lore and it is about KK Slider. And KK Slider is the coolest fucking dude in Animal Crossing and we're talking about him today. I have to go on theme, alright? Alright. I just said I didn't feel good and then went full hype for KK Slider. I was gonna say I might not have like super high energy in this video, but I'm gonna end up having energy in this video. So hello Friendsies, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another episode of Animal Crossing lore. We're in this bitch. Let's get into it. So first of all, did you know that KK Slider is not his actual name? That is his stage name. His actual canonical real name is Totoke. I hope I'm saying that right. And he is actually named after Kazumi Totoke, who is a Nintendo voice actor and a composer. That's right. And he, Totoke, also the real Totoke, has a habit of putting this song called Kate, I think it's literally referred to as Totoke's song. Like if you're into video games, if you're into Nintendo, you already know this, but it's like a weird little thing that's like almost unsettling. And he sneaks it into like so many Nintendo games, basically any Nintendo game he's had a hand in. And if you're curious how to listen to it in Animal Crossing, it's KK's song. Just ask him for it. But yeah, KK Slider's real name is Totoke and he has been around since the very first Animal Crossing game. He has always been around. And KK Slider's whole deal is that well, not in New Horizons. If you've only met KK Slider in New Horizons, he is like an established music artist. He does DJ KK in Happy Home Paradise. I almost called it Happy Home Designer. But he is an established artist, like musical artist. He has like a full discography of songs and Tom Nook is like a huge fan of him. Tom Nook is like a KK Slider fanboy, so it's like a big deal in New Horizons to get KK Slider to come to your town. But did you know that from the very beginning of Animal Crossing, KK Slider has been like a struggling artist? He has so many lines, like when you talk to him in all the other Animal Crossing games about like, my music just wants to be free, man. Like, I don't want to work for the man. I just want my music to speak for itself. Like, he's such a little hippie boy and I love him to death. In all the other Animal Crossing games, he's always, he's usually sitting outside of the train station and then he'll be in the Roost Cafe on Saturdays, just like he's in your town center in New Horizons on Saturdays. But he's always in the Roost Cafe and outside of the train station and he kind of just performs for like, the idea is that he performs for like any tips that you'll throw into his guitar case, any little like bells. And Brewster is like a good friend of his. At least I think so. I don't know if that's like canonical. Brewster is a good friend of his because Brewster always lets this like young kid basically come into his cafe and perform. And I feel like Brewster doesn't usually do that for anybody because he's a very sweet little old man who likes his privacy. And if I can, I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit this in and not get like a warning on my video, but if I can, I'm going to put up here the intro speech that he has at the beginning of New Horizons because I know I did personally, but I think everybody is so excited when you start New Horizons to just get into your island and see how everything's going that you don't pay too much attention to the speech KK Slider gives you. So I want to put it in here for you guys. And I really love it That's the same speech he gives you in the very first Animal Crossing game, just to like welcome you to the franchise. So the fact that the very first Animal Crossing game has that speech, and then the fact that the newest Animal Crossing game, which, did you know, is the second best Nintendo game, not Animal Crossing game, the second best selling Nintendo game in Nintendo's history. I believe the first one is Mario 64, but Animal Crossing New Horizons is the second best-selling Nintendo game of all time. I'm not saying it's because of KK Slider, but I'm saying it's partially because of KK Slider. So the fact that they have that speech at the beginning of their first game and the beginning of their latest game means so much to me, and any old-time Animal Crossing fans that have come back again and again for different games, that like hold such a special place in our heart. I've never played the first Animal Crossing game, but knowing that fact, it makes me really genuinely emotional. And I think the best part of his speech is that's just that he's telling you that you're going off into the world and you're going to learn what it's like to be like that. You're going to make your own friendships. You're going to learn how to be like a whole person on your own, but you're never going to be completely alone. You're always going to have friends. You're always going to have support. And it makes me want to cry. Because it's like, it shouldn't be that deep for like a cutesy video game where you talk to your animal neighbors, but it's so deep for a video game where you talk to your animal neighbors. He's fantastic, and I think his speech really, really speaks to him as a character, because that's just it. All of his old games, like I said, every time he goes to perform, he's like, I just want my music to be free, man. I don't want to be tied down by those corporate fat cats. But he slowly but surely is like gaining fame in each game. Like every single game he's doing better than he was before, and it's like that makes you excited, because it's like, oh, like you love to see your best friend succeed, and KK Slider feels like a best friend. And the fact that in New Horizons he'll like occasionally go back to Brewster's Cafe, and Brewster has like a picture of him performing, and it looks like the picture from City Folk, to be honest with you. Like the graphics of it look like the picture from City Folk. Just makes me so happy. I really went through the history of KK Slider like immediately the first 2 minutes of this episode, and then just spent the rest of the episode crying. This is a very short episode. I don't have a lot to fill this space, but I still wanted to make an episode of Animal Crossing lore because I love KK Slider with my whole heart, if you can't tell, and he is just the sweetest boy. I always seem to miss Saturday nights when he's in the plaza, but I have all of his music. I've purchased all of his music. I make sure when I can listen to his music, I do go and listen. If you have a favorite KK Slider song, let me know. My favorite KK Slider song is KK Bosa. And there's like an English like cover of it. It's like a cover, but also like I think it's kind of what's the word? I think the lyrics were kind of made up. I don't think KK Slider's like, I don't think it translates to the words that the person is singing, but I really want to do a cover of it because it's my favorite song, and it just makes me feel good. It's like so relaxed, but also like kind of like beachy and vacation-y, so I don't know. It's like, I don't think Kwe, 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 oh na mi oh, like translates to the words this woman is singing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this episode of Animal Crossing lore. It was a really quick one. I'm so sorry. And my energy is like all over the place, but sometimes quick videos are good. Sometimes it gives you a break from my longer videos where I never shut the hell up, right? Right. Okay. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye! And now my group chat is having a crisis. I don't know what the crisis is. Oh no.